go. Hi, folks. Thank God 2016 is over. I've seen a lot of people's posts that have been put up that are from the American election, from having a very difficult year. And it sounds like a lot of people had a very difficult year. I had one. Most people I know had a very difficult year. But hey, it's almost over and a new year can start. And I've been taking the last 2 weeks to really not put out any videos or write out any lessons plans except for last night. Spent about 2 hours or so coming up with ideas for the next set of lessons. And one of the big things I want to go back on is, of course, do another video on the basics, basic playing, but keep it really sort of shortened up, simplified. Minimal talking by comparison. So there's going to be something better coming out. The second thing is that I am hopefully this week picking up a new camera, better than this one. This is just my laptop webcam, which is nothing special, but something that's going to have a better microphone setup. I'm going to try to pick up the camera and separate mic click, so I can click it whether it's closer to the drum, so you can get better view of my body posture when playing, or so you get clear view with me actually talking. So hopefully that's going to be this week. If not, then next month, early-ish or mid next month. Some of the things I would like to do, and please let me know what you think. I wanted to go back to doing a video on the skin being a map to sound, and just talking about some of the things I found out on some skins. So like the skin cuts being, is it a homogeneous sort of skin like a belly side cut, or is it something with a spine cut through it? What's the benefit of the spine? What can you do with it? What happens if you're at, what do the patterns on the drum mean? And I'm going to give you my take on what I think those are. I've only done a little bit of research on it. Most of it just comes from my own playing experiences. The second video that I want to put out, hopefully in the new year, and it may end up being the first one because it'll be a very simple, straightforward video and a product review, is the Sean McCann tipper from Los Cabos Percussion, which is based out of Canada. And for those of you who don't know Sean McCann is a former member of the Newfoundland group Great Big Sea. And he's their bowrun player, or formerly their bowrun player, and he's also a guitarist, and he's a singer, and he does a bunch of other things too. I think he does a bunch of other percussion as well. He's been doing his own solo projects, I believe, since he left. And Great Big Sea right now, I don't believe is doing any touring. I think they're on a hiatus sort of thing. So, so is another video I would like to do, and I have to bone up on this, so it may come out in February, is some creative counting for time signatures. So the 4/4, 3/4. I think most people out there already know how to internalize that, because it seems that in human beings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2/4 time the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and the 3/4 time 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, the 6/8 stuff, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, the slip jigs, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and whatnot. So to try to come up with a simpler system for counting so that you can internalize it. Of course, the whole thing is listen as much as you can and try to recognize these, but those take longer because, number one, fewer things are written in that type of time signature, those types of time signatures, and secondly, it's harder to count because they're all odd. So, hopefully, I'll have a bit of a better system to help, or at least help contribute a little bit into counting for people who are having difficulty with counting. I always have difficulty with counting. It's just not my strong point. But I've been trying to work on that during the November and December period. So I've been trying to work a little extra harder on that to get that through. So it's worthy of a video. I'll come out with that when I can. Other possibilities. There are two possibilities in the new year, one in February and possibly one at the end of February into March or into early April, are two drum reviews that I would like to do live. One of them is going to be a Brennan White single skin drum. If you're interested in the sizes, it's a 17-inch, I believe, 17 by 4.5, I think. I have to be, I can't remember off the top of my head. And the other one is a Rohan drum, which I've only been able to see in videos and very difficult to find. My hope is that I will be able to, in my contact, it would be nice to actually visit them and do the video with them so that they can play it and I can do my review on the drum and get a side-by-side review of me and them doing that. So that would be nice. I wish I could bring you more information on skin preparations. I don't, unfortunately, have the knowledge or the resources to bring about good education on skins. So I'm still a long way off from that. The other one was I wanted to do either a video on or a lengthy read on Charlie Byrne. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to find enough stuff that is new, something that I could write about Charlie Byrne, and I can't really give my opinion about Charlie Byrne because I don't know too much of Charlie Byrne. I've wanted to know more, I just haven't been able to find enough out there. Also, Charlie Byrne's drums, I've never played one. I've heard wonderful things about it, but I've never played one. So, yeah, literally, I got nothing on that. So for right now, and I believe I said earlier in the year that I was stopping the inquiry. I didn't stop the inquiry. I kept looking casually, and I haven't been able to locate good information. So, unfortunately, I'm just not. I'm going to be quitting that, unfortunately, for now, and maybe pick it up in the future. What else is interesting? I had two emails sent to me, one that I thought was more of a serious question and one I thought was a rather funny question. So I'd like to answer both of them. First, the funny question is, what do I think the limits are on playing Balron? And I think there are two big limits. One is in the drum design, and depending on how the drum is designed. So like, let me grab a drum. So two things that I think limit on these drums is the first of all is, how perpendicular is the break point on the skin and, to the frame. Is it 90? Is it near 90? Is it highly chamfered? One of the limitations when playing this style of frame drum is that chamfering takes away a lot of the ability to get overtone playing, but more so some of the stuff that you might find in DAF playing or other frame drum playing, where you're playing over top, you're kind of giving yourself an extra half an inch to crisscross over, and it's difficult to get to do some of the snaps, like that, for example. I got a long way to learn. I'm literally going through David Kuckerman's tutorials of how to do the basics of some frame drum playing. I'm also dealing with a hand that's been damaged so many times that playing as good as him is probably not going to happen, but maybe I can figure it out. The other major thing is the skin. Balron skins compared to like DAF and Tar skins are just softer for the most part. At least that's my opinion. They're not the same. They're not treated the same way. To get out there and actually and play that sort of thing, they just don't have that same response time. So you have to you know, and again, the same limitation with those duffs and tars and whatnot is that they really don't sound like Balron. They don't have this sort of deader sort of sound, whereas these have a very, warmer, deader sort of sound when striking them. I think part of it has more to do with the tuning rim, the tuning ring. This has the shape of this, the skin, and the chamfer are all reasons for limitations with the Balron. And out there right now, like on the Balron buy and sell, there's a Cooperman drum, which are great drums. They don't respond like a Seamus O'Kane or a Hedvig Shack drum, which are more chamfered in generally speaking. But those drums are designed by a company that generally looks at world percussion anyway and looks more like frame drums than Balron anyway. And some would even argue, is that a Balron? Well, of course it is. It's done Cooperman's style. So it's a great drum. I've played one. They're amazing, but not quite like the one on there, but a smaller version of it. So anyway, that's what I thought was sort of the fun question. The serious question I got was, am I being sponsored for doing videos? No, I am not being sponsored per se. I haven't been offered any contracts to do reviews. Earlier this year, I did do a review for Bridget Drums, and yes, I did put that up on there, but I reviewed the whole line, and yes, those drums were a gift. But I want to make that clear that they were a gift. There was nothing else exchanged in that regard. I mean, the work that I did for it was a thank you for the gift, and the conversations that I had, with Raffle were personal, amazing, and highly instructive. I got to learn about himself and his business and his history and his business and how he makes drums a little bit, and that sort of thing, got me a friend in the industry. But as far as me getting basically what the email insinuated was that I'm getting, paid. No, I'm not getting paid. This was a one-time gift thing. I don't expect this stuff in the future. I certainly don't expect it from anyone. I just put out videos and instructional stuff. I'm certainly not hurting for instruments right now, and I'm certainly not hurting for the time to put up videos and spend some time with you and try to share what I can. This is all just a hobby for me. I don't get paid for this. I have a job, so I don't spend much time doing this otherwise. So concerns for the channel in the future is that I intend to have a band up and running this year. It will mean less time to do videos, but whatever. There's also the thing of, the videos that I've had, which I think are over 30, instructional videos, and they're sort of getting to the limits of the knowledge that I have, knowledge base wise. They are the basics and intermediate skills that I know. As far as advanced skills that go, like, certain hand playing and whatnot, I don't know if I'm going to be covering hand playing, partially because it sits on the realm of frame drum playing, which comes out of a bunch of different styles that are not Irish, as well as Irish, and even some of the quote-unquote traditional stuff, Irish stuff. I don't know. I don't really have the knowledge in that, and I don't always like what traditional Irish hand drum playing, because to me it plays too much like the stick. It's phenomenally limiting. So I'm sort of on really going into much about hand playing. I don't think I have the knowledge base for that. I think you should be talking with other people like Tommy Hayes, is someone who knows a lot more. But I think it's wise that people out there, and one of the reasons why I put up that video of Mohammad Reza Motazafi is that he is a phenomenal frame drum player, tombak and duff. And you can certainly apply that to Bowen playing. I mean, I currently am. So I'm trying to see what I can do crossover-wise, because it makes more sense to me because I can do more with it. Plus, it's exercising a weakness that I have, which will hopefully become a strength later on. I don't really see the point of me teaching hand playing in an Irish style, because number one, I don't know what an Irish style is per se, and number two, not many people ask for it. It's not high on my priorities to learn. So some of my tastes right now musically have kind of gone a little bit away from traditional Irish stuff, and have actually gone, tripping into things like EDM, so electronic dance music, and Middle Eastern music, especially Iranian music, and trying to retranslate it on Balron and whatnot. And hopefully, maybe later this year, I'll be picking up a tombak. That would be amazing. Um, but yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm still going to be putting up videos. And again, I want to go back to try to make better versions of some of those older videos. So, and again, they'll all be posted on YouTube, and I'll be cross-posting them here. So basically, from now on, I'm not going to be posting any more videos to Facebook. Okay? At least with regards to lessons. I'm not going to be doing any more of that. There is a considerable lag issue I've seen, and it's been told to me by quite a few people, that sometimes when they play it, my voice and the action doesn't line up. That is something that's screwed up with Facebook, not YouTube. And if I cross-reference and go through that way, it's better to do that than it is. I'm certainly not going to take down the Facebook videos, though. They're always going to be there if you want to go through the library and enjoy them. But I'm going to stop putting videos on Facebook. I'm going to cross-reference them from YouTube to Facebook. Lastly, my WordPress account is going to stay open. I'm just going to write stuff when I can. I know that very few people go to look at it. I'm going to keep doing it just because it's a place to put longer writings and things and more personal thoughts rather than on a Facebook page, which I don't really think they're worth putting on, especially some of my more personal beliefs about traditional music and whatnot. I don't think that the WordPress account, the best thing I can do with the WordPress account is just link it, cross-link it. Same thing with YouTube. So the Shall I Borrow on Facebook page is still going to be the hub, but it's going to be the central hub crossing over between Facebook and WordPress. Just basic accounts, nothing special. Last but not least is that I want to hold a raffle this year with some prizes. I want to hold two particular things. I want to do some special order t-shirts, which would be great. I want one for myself, obviously. I want a few for myself, but I also want a few that I would like to send to people who are raffling this. And I don't want the raffle to be a traditional raffle. I want it to be something like a video raffle, or maybe, and I was just thinking about this yesterday, that you send in a video of yourself playing in some sort of creative and non-traditional way. And the most unique, I think, I would like to put it up and share it and say, look at this, and you've won a t-shirt or something like that. Or maybe something that's a better prize. Because one of the other things I want to do is also give away a Balron in 2017. I would like to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I might do it through the Balron buy and sell as a raffle. I might put something else attached to that. So I haven't decided yet. I have to budget for that. And I have to, because it would be literally me giving a drum away, as well as a set of tippers that I make, because I do make my own tippers. I make dowel rod tippers for single and playing, sort of a la Bruno no Snooty sort of style. So if you like the long 30-centimeter whip tippers, I do make them as well. They're poplar. Some of them are maple. So I'm gonna try to get some of that there, but we'll see what happens, right? So I will keep you abreast on the situation on that. I do want to do the t-shirts though. I want to do some of that. I would also like to see if I can do an ordering thing uh, through the Facebook page for t-shirt orders if anyone is interested. So what I would like is in the first, up to February, I would like to know what you think, or just ideas as well of other things that you would like to see. I'm always asking people, what would you like to see? What kind of challenges do you want me to do? What kind of things do you want to see on the channel? I've run the gambit of basic and intermediate playing level stuff, lessons. Anyone who's followed the videos is going to be at least capable. So, yeah, send me anything, even if it's odd, even if it's like, critiques, even if it's videos of yourself or things you want to cross post or whatever. Like that's great. Um, Personal stories, what's your, out of, if you have a collection of drums, what's your favorite, or what is one that's means something extra special to you? You know, you know, something like that. I would like to get more people who view the channel to be involved in coming up with ideas for content or things that they want to see. Anyway, I'm blabbering and I have laundry to do, sadly. So, and incidentally, I got bored at work and did this thing behind me. I don't know what it is. It looks like two white blood cells having a tug of war between DNA strands. I think it looks cool anyway. I don't know. I got bored at work. Last video for 2016. We're coming up to the new year. Happy New Year's, folks. And, be safe, have fun, and keep practicing.